Okay, I've reviewed various lights before. In fact, I've reviewed solar lights before. This one is a little bit different. Don't worry if it looks like a bit of a mess. I've just got it all gathered up there. I'm going to tell you what it is, what it does, the specs, well, basically the specs. Then I'm going to tell you what's included in the box, and I'm going to demonstrate it turned on. Then at the end, I'll tell you the price and if I recommend it or not. Okay, so these are kind of like an icicle shaped lights. So a lot of just like bulbs, or they might be lantern style. You get various style, but this is icicle shaped, as you can probably see. I'm not sure how well you can see it. I'll show you it closer up. But they are icicle shaped. In fact, the little round tops here, the round parts actually do look very icically, like they're frozen ice. And they light up, as I'm sure you're aware, but they don't just light up regular white or whatever. They actually do light up multiple colours, and you can have them flashing. And one of the unique aspects to this is, instead of just being regular decorative lights, they are actually solar panelled with this box here. There are 20 LED lights, mostly for the outdoors. You might, if you position the box right, they might work indoors, but primarily they're for outdoors. As I said, they are icicle raindrop shaped. They are waterproof, of course, because they have to be outdoors. And they are great. They're great for all sorts of things, like regular decorations, just regular little bit of decoration outside, maybe around some kind of porch area, gazebo, whatever it is you might have. But it's also because of how they're kind of icicle effect, and they are multicolored. They actually really go very well for something like Christmas time, especially if you had like an outdoor tree that you wanted to decorate a bit as a Christmas tree at Christmas. This would work really well on something like that, or just use for a party. They come in two styles. There is a style which is called teardrop, and that is these multicolored ones. But then there are some others which are also basically teardrop, but they are just a warm white, or they like a yellowy kind of color. They're just a regular, basically, style light instead of being multicolored. I think that this is going to appeal the most to you, these, because they are multicolored and really nice looking. So they look just really great for a party or Christmas. And that is what I'm going to keep going back to, because it is November now, getting closer and closer to Christmas. And I think this is something that would work so well as a outdoor Christmas decoration. The solar panel is 2-volt, 100 milliamp. The battery inside is 1.2 volt, 600 milliamp. It takes around 4 hours to charge. It can vary depending upon how bright it is. It could take up to 8 hours, but 4 to 8 hours. And it lasts for about 8 to 20 hours. So it does last quite a long time on a decent charge. Like I say, there are 20 teardrop mix coloured solar string lights. There are 3 modes. You have off, which if you want to even call that a mode, or you have on or flashing. So you have them a solid color, like you have them on solidly, or you can have them flashing. It depends what you want. The solid looks nice, and I normally use solid on most lights, but in the case of this, because it's so Christmassy and decorative, you might want a nice little flashing effect, and I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. It's nearly a 5-meter cable. It's a 4.8-meter cable. The product weighs around 300 grams. Okay, so what's included in the box? You have the lights attached to the solar box. You have 2 pieces that are for mounting it in the ground if you want. So this one here, this attaches to the back of the solar panel. Then it has a slot for the spike. And basically a spike, as I'm sure you're aware, is just to stab it into the ground, into the earth. And that basically goes into the bottom of the other piece, like that. So it's now one whole big piece. Then that goes onto the back of the solar panel. And on the back of the solar panel, there's 2 buttons. A mode button, which is to change it from flashing or solid. And there's an on and off button. Then the only other thing included is, well, a thank you thing from the seller and instructions about how to operate it. Let's just take a quick look at that. It says it must be installed in a well-lit area, or at least as much as you can. Most of this I am not going to read to you. You can read it yourself if you get it, but for example, it says a bright cloudy day can provide a minimum of 3 to 4 hours of illumination, while a rainy or snowing day can provide up to 1 to 2. So even on a really rainy day, you should get 1 or 2 hours out of it anyway. So it should still charge even on a cloudy, rainy day. Each LED should illuminate for at least 10,000 hours before they wear out. They are not replaceable, however. The LEDs are a permanent part of the whole thing. They aren't replaceable. If one goes, you can't replace just one. But then again, they are LEDs and should provide at least 10,000 hours. So they should have a good long lifespan. Now, anyway, basically this slides onto the back, then you can spike it into the ground. Let's have a look at the unit. I have them all tangled up to make sure they don't go everywhere. There's your solar panel. It's a decent size. I have seen bigger, but they tend to be around about this size. If we flip it over to the back, we can see there's a slot there, which is where the spike attaches to, so you can put it in the ground. I suppose it's detachable in case you have something, some kind of mount you want to use yourself, like to mount it onto a wall or something. So it is detachable, but that's where it slides in because you're probably got to use it. Then there's two buttons, on and off, and a mode button to change if it's flashing or solid light. Now, I'm going to see if I can demonstrate these put up in a minute. So they're sprawled, so they are sprawled out more. But let me just turn them on briefly indoors. In fact, they probably will be demonstrated indoors just to be easier for my camera setup. But let's just turn this on a minute. Whoops. There we go, flashing on and off. Now let's change the mode. Solid. There's solid. Like you see, there's orange, yellowy ones, purple ones, and greeny ones, and blue sort of ones. Those are the main colours that seem to be. Let's put it flashing. Very nice. They are so nice looking. Let me just hit the light off. Now let's just let the camera adjust. Yeah, as you can see, it might be hard to see because I have got them in a bit of a ball at the moment, but that'll give you a bit of an idea. Now let's just change off the flashing, and that might make it easier for you to see. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? And that is with them all in a ball. With them all in a ball here on a desk. Look how nice that looks. All those muddy colours and that kind of crystally, kind of almost kind of like icicle effect, how it looks like drops of ice. And the very tip especially, it makes it look so nice. That makes the colours look better than I think than if it was just clear glass. It just looks so nice. Let's get one close to the camera. Hopefully I'm in focus. There's a red one. Hopefully you can kind of see that. Absolutely beautiful. They look absolutely amazing. So festive, so Christmassy. Like I say, you don't have to use this at Christmas. You can use it at a party or just a general decoration. They're not too Christmassy. But yeah, if you want to use this at Christmas, you really can quite easily. Total distance between lights is 15 centimeters. Between each LED on the cord, on the cable, there is a 15 centimeter gap. They're also very energy efficient. I'm not sure if you can see that on the box, but they do have an energy rating there, and they're A out of up to G. G is at the very bottom, red, which basically is not very energy efficient. They're right up in A, which is green. So yeah, that is really good. Very energy efficient. Solar powered, so it'll keep getting charges. There's nothing to recharge manually. You don't have to plug in a cable, USB cable, something like that. You don't have to replace batteries. You just set it up, set them up nicely, turn them on, and just leave it, and that is it. It's so good. They look so nice. Like I say, with that kind of icicle effect inside, with that kind of like icy effect, that actually makes them look, I think, even nicer when they're turned on than if they had just been clear glass. They just look so nice when they're lit up. Hopefully that video did it justice. I'll show you, if I haven't already, I'll show you a little clip of it, at least on the wall indoors, even if not outdoors. I'll at least have them sprawled out a little bit on the wall to demonstrate. So how much are they? They're less than £10. They're less than £10. They are £8.95. So about £9, £8.95 in the UK. If they're available in the US, I will put a text overlay with the US dollar price on the screen as well for you. So yeah, for less than £10, for £9, you get 20 really nice Icicle effect solar powered LEDs that can either flash or stay solid, and they just look so nice, especially for Christmas or parties, or they could be used all year round. There's just so many uses for them, but they look especially so good for either parties or Christmas. They are just really, really, really beautiful LEDs that are solar paneled. So I do really highly recommend them. I really recommend these. They're so nice. I'll definitely be using them at Christmas time. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. And if you could also, if you're watching this as a review on the Amazon product page, please hit the yes button next to was this review helpful to you? That'll help me out a lot as well. Thanks for watching.